we're gonna get red. We're gonna get red.
Yeah, we're gonna
get red because red. Everyone wants to be murdered out on the course like that. You know?
That's how you're red, pop.
What's up? What's up?
All right, welcome back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another 3 Paws and a Birdie podcast.
Gang. It's been a little while.
Been a little while, for sure. Real quick, I want to shout out the homie Ramon, first and foremost.
Oh,
shout
man,
out,
that was quick.
Because if we didn't do that, we would have forgot homie Ramon, and I got it on my notes,
Oh,
so I also didn't forget.
You know what? Yeah, let's, I saw him today. We'll give him an extended shout out. I saw him today at work, and he has to leave for a couple days to go maintenance a 3D printer somewhere else. I don't remember where he's going, but and he was hassling me about this kind of stuff all the time. So
what, us not getting podcasts, or
us not getting him, or not shouting him out. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck, dude. All right, I'm gonna try to remember. And I forgot, so you remembered. So I'm gonna get him to listen to this one. And he's gonna be pumped, hopefully, to hear us talk some shit about him. We'll get him on one of these times. We need him. We need to get our Mexican listeners up, our Spanish-speaking listeners.
Oh yeah.
So we'll get him on talking about some cool shit. But that was a great first note. What else you got for? What other spicy topics you got for me over there?
But yeah,
that I forgot about.
Seriously though, shout out Ramon. Cool dude, man. Appreciate you.
You better subscribe.
Subscribe to the channel, brother.
Yeah.
But I think we just talk about we got to start talking with the Sim League. We got to update everybody with the Sim League, how that's going and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure people want to know. It's the end of the season.
It's juicy.
The nitty-gritty. So I mean, everything's basically, the whole season's past us, and we haven't really talked about it much. So I think now's the time to kind of get down to that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make it pretty quick. The season was great. I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to go. Obviously, running a simulator league, it's not too much like labor on my body and stuff, like having people over. It's manageable with 12 people. It turned out great. Everyone was super flexible every week. If they weren't able to make it a certain day, we were able to move it to another day. Everyone paid, which was super easy to stay organized for the most part. I get a little stoned, so sometimes I might lose a little bit of money here and there, but then I remember where I put it.
I would hate having to deal with that though.
Yeah, every week. I got to sort it all. I got to put 50 towards the winners at the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
I got to put 20 in my account for the simulator. So like if I buy new balls and stuff, I got to put 30 towards the closest to the pen, 50 towards skins. So like I have to sort it every week, and I got to figure out, okay, who do I owe money? Some people send me money and some people pay me cash. So then I got to go, okay, first thing first when paying out is pay out the money that people sent me first.
Yeah.
Cash is always last.
Yeah.
Because I want to get rid of that money in my Venmo, because I'll forget. Like I'll forget that D West or somebody paid me. So I pay out the Venmo payments first, if anybody can accept those, and then I pay out cash. But it's been easy for the most part, staying organized with that. The only thing that's been difficult is like Tristan and Ryan a couple times were like, hey, I'm giving you 20, so give me 5 towards next week. Just hold on to it. And I'm like, okay, I got to remember, okay. Ryan's got 5. Okay, so I have a $5 on my dresser, but then someone else does that same thing, and now I have a 10, and I'm like, okay, well, this 10's Tristan's, and this 5's Ryan's.
It gets to be a lot.
Yeah,
for sure. We need to get a live camera in there, though.
Yeah,
live stream some of these matches.
We got to get a live camera.
How cool would that be?
Oh, dude, next year it'll be great. We'll get a camera in there so that people can log in. You'll be able to talk through it like a Ring camera type thing. I'll probably just get like a cheap one that you can log in, and it'll be close enough to the screen. Would you rather be able to see the screen or the golfer? Or obviously you can kind of see both if the camera's far back, but would you rather be focused from behind on everything, or kind of just only on the screen, like where they're hitting and landing the ball?
Back behind them.
Okay,
for sure.
Because you might not be able to see the landing as good. Okay.
But if somebody gets a hole-in-one, think about how hyped that would be. You would get the idea. You would see it enough.
Yeah, you'd see it enough.
And then everybody would fucking just lose it.
Right, of course. Yeah, you're right. For the hole-in-ones, that'll be great. Where do you think we would put it? In the corner?
Probably, yeah, above your laptop.
Yeah.
So the season's been going great, though, I would say, for sure.
Yeah, pretty good.
It got down to the final 4, which was Ryan, Tristan, Cooley, and Steven Snyder, Mr. Steven. So great little, 4-man group right there.
Really good.
They played last Saturday to see who was going to be versing who for first place, and then who was playing for like second and third, whatnot. But what's the money for that? First, second, and third. How does that order? Is it just first? Is it?
No, it's first, second, and third. I don't remember exactly, but let's say like 250, 150, 100, something like that.
250?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And it is going to be a little bit different because the last 2 weeks, last week and this week, Stefan isn't playing, so his money counting towards it,
Right.
will shorten it by a couple bucks.
Right. So after last weekend's matchups, it was Ryan versus Cooley, and then Tristan versus Steve, and the winner of those matches played each other. And so you had Cooley, who won his match.
Yeah,
and
he
then
was giving, or Ryan was getting 6 strokes.
6 strokes, yeah.
And couldn't cover, unfortunately.
It's quite a bit, but when Cooley's on his A game,
he was on it too.
And Cooley's been playing, super great golf on the simulator lately. So, yeah. So that was a good match. It came down to what, like,
I think by
Cooley's and Ryan's was pretty
by
good.
hole 16,
I
think Cooley had won.
Yeah, and then the other match, Tristan and Steve, that was a great
straight
match.
up.
That came down to the 18th hole.
That was the same fucking handicap, 7 and 7. So they were mano y mano. It was great.
Playing straight up.
Yeah,
man.
going into hole 17, Tristan was up like 3 strokes and then got a 10. A 10.
Yeah.
And Steve bogeyed and took the 1-stroke lead going into 18, which was crazy. And then Steve goes first and gets an 8.
Yeah.
He maxes the hole.
Yep. Yeah, that was.
It's a hard par 4. We're talking Bay Hill here, ladies and gentlemen, which I don't know if you remember hole 18. It's a par 4. You have out of bounds on the left, I think the parking lot and the clubhouse. And then as you get about halfway to the green, so about the first half is wide open. Second half, you got water on the right.
Yeah.
And it curls around the water a little bit, just a little bit. So your approach shot, scary. You don't want to go left. You don't want to go right. And I think Steve went right, if I remember correctly, into the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Epic blow up of
hole, the 18th hole.
Yeah.
That's why that match ended up being so close. Because otherwise, okay, you thought Tristan had it at one point, but then all of a sudden, the next hole it changes just like that, and it's like, damn, bro, we're on the last hole, tied up, going into it. This is let's all watch this.
It
right?
was so exhilarating.
And side note on that, we did have a couple of people in the league go over and watch it at Cody's house on Saturday. Yep, just to watch, and I actually videoed some of it on the GoPro and whatnot. So hopefully I can get a little montage video of the league here within the next couple of weeks. That'll give me something to do now that is basically over. After next week, I'll have the ending footage and whatnot.
Yep.
The winners kind of
see who wins,
and then I'll make a little montage video. But yeah, I loved getting over there, watching it. Wayne, Cooley's dad, he stopped by, said what up. Wanted to get hella blazed, but never did.
Yeah.
And it was a good time for sure.
We've been having a blast with it. I mean, we've had Friday at 7, Saturday at 2, and Sunday at 2 tee times rolling for 10 weeks straight now. This is the 10th week. So it was a fun way to get through the winter. Honestly, I felt like it kind of went by a little bit faster because we were golfing every week.
It did.
And now the sun's out and stuff. But it was a fun simulator league for sure. The online website was great. Golf League Guru and everything. So yeah, it was good. Good round. Steve, I wish we had an interactive, I don't know if you guys watch the PGA Tour, but they have those interactive charts that show their scores as they're going, if they tie or if somebody takes lead.
Yeah.
If we had that for Tristan and Steve started with a 1-stroke lead, I'm pretty sure, after the first hole. Then he lost it after the 3rd hole, and then he didn't get it again until the 8th hole. So it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was really crazy. So
that was by far the better of the 2 matches.
Yeah.
But man, kudos to Ryan for making it into the playoffs and getting this far, because
still might get 3rd.
Absolutely.
Might get 3rd.
Never counting him out, dude. And he came into the season thinking he had no shot, and then he was just never going to compete with anyone, and didn't realize the point system and handicapped and all that, how that worked, and really mattered. And
it does.
actually does make it.
It makes it fair.
Except for when you're fucking got to shoot 33s every week. Then it's not fair. But
Fuck this
Uh,
guy. We'll get to that part.
I was winning money every week, but yeah.
Okay, we'll get to it right now.
Kudos to Ryan. Though. I want to give him his flowers because he's been buckling down and actually practicing his golf a lot lately. And he's had his first lesson 2 weeks ago. Yep. The guy told him basically it's all on his takeaway, his backswing, something with the hinge and the parallel with the club beam where it's angled at the top the top. But
okay.
I don't know. He got that first lesson and it didn't get in his head too much for that round following it.
I mean, it's a bold move. That was good. Bold move getting a lesson right before the playoffs.
It is, but he wanted to get it done because we have a big trip coming up here playing. We'll talk about it in the future.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was fun. It was definitely fun.
Nick won. He glossed over it. What feels like hundreds of dollars.
Well, because he said, "Well, we gotta wait." So I was like, "Well, I gotta get back to the."
Yeah, Nick absolutely raked in another $50 this week.
50?
Yeah, 50.
Just
because there was no closest too. 1 week he took 80.
I'm at 200. I racked up almost then.
$200,
like 190.
So he's basically almost halfway to the golf league that we have to pay by April 1st, which is $500. Mm-hmm. So
1 week really helped when I got $80.
Yeah,
the other ones were like
both
20,
closest
15,
to and
like
the
20,
skins
10.
Like, dude, what a savage, man! But it was a great season. We all don't mind donating to the Nick Dupay Fund.
I like money
because we know that it's being spent well, and we all enjoy watching him golf, honestly. So that part's fun too. So yeah, that's the season so far. I guess we have to ask one last question: who's winning the championship? You have. We'll start with the third place game. You got Ryan getting, I believe, 3 strokes or 4. I can't remember for sure.
Steve.
Against Steve.
And I got to push for my brother.
Okay.
I have to.
Okay, so we got
Ryan winning that one.
All right, so we got Ryan winning that one, and then you got the championship, which is Steven Kulikowski, and I think he's giving Tristan 3. I think they're 4 and 7 still. So, how you feeling? They're playing at Payne Valley in New Jersey, the #1 rated course over the past 3 years.
Cooley might have that one.
Cooley
might have that one.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's what's cool is the 2 people who came and used my simulator the most this offseason are the 2 people in the championship, which is Tristan and Cooley.
Yep.
They were over there all the time using it, and they're in the championship. So I'm sure that makes at least a little bit of a difference, getting the sensing down. Andy Snyder came over yesterday. He didn't play too hot, and I told him it's just because you're just not used to it. That's all.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. You're still hitting good shots. You just don't know where you need to be aiming or shit like that. So. But yeah, good season. We'll see.
It was fun. Yeah,
I got
enjoyed
Tristan.
it, man.
I got Tristan.
What?
Dude, his 5 wood is it gets me bricked up, bro.
It is
5 wood.
Shit, dude. He hits some good drivers.
Dude, it's so good.
He pumps that motherfucker out there. When he catches it, he unleashes on that golf ball.
He can hit so far. If he works on his short game. And I'm hoping I can get him to work on short game with me. I'm really trying to hit some greens and chip a lot and putt this season. And if I can get him to do that with me, I think it'll really improve his game, because I think that's the worst part of his game, unfortunately, is the short game, which is the hardest. We talk about every time we talk about new golfers or anything. It's the hardest part, getting chips down and the field down around the green. A lot of people use 7 irons for the first couple of years because it's so difficult to use a wedge that people don't use it for the first couple of years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But once you get it down and get comfortable with it makes a world of difference.
Fuck up a wedge shot.
It is.
It is.
So easy.
It's all touch and feel and hands. You got to be real handsy at times. Yep. And you really have to, sometimes you can bend your wrist and do this. Other times you want to keep your arm straight and follow through a certain way. So it's there are different ways to navigate through that shot. But man, navigating and finding the way through that shot in the process is a fucking trickery, man.
Yeah.
It'll really mess with your mind, and you can really hit those chunks and thin shots.
Yeah, chunks and thins.
Not know your distances for this and that.
Yep.
It's so easy to mess up those little shots like that.
And it makes such a big I mean, dude, if you hit a 225 approach shot into the green, but it still takes you 4 shots to get in. A 225-yard shot getting to the green won't matter much, you know what I mean?
No, or that drive.
Yeah, or
you put a good drive out there, hit a good shot, and it's just off the green, but you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
You 3-putt and chunk 2 chip shots. It's like,
Right.
brother.
So to any new golfer, and including Tristan and anybody who's new, you know, once the short game comes around, and if you really hone in on that, especially if you've gotten the longer shots like Tristan does, he can hit long shots.
Yeah, absolutely. He can.
Absolutely. Then he's gonna be a fucking wreck out there, dude. He's gonna be killing it as soon as he can fucking get those hands. And I don't think it'll take long. I mean, he seems like he's a natural already. He's only been playing for a little while, and he can already smoke the ball. So, yeah, I got TT. So we'll see. Maybe I'll bet you $1 or $2 or something. Yeah, I'll put $1 on it. Why not?
Wayne was putting dollars on it last week. Cooley's dad during the match.
Yeah, he was. I took his money. That's the $1 I'm gonna bet you. It's the
And that was funny because he made the bet on like the 14th or 15th hole, I want to say, and he started betting, you know, a couple of people that were there, and some of the people took it and whatnot. And then the next hole, he makes another bet, has another bet, and he's like, all right, I bet Cooley hits the green here or whatever he did. And a couple other people took it, but you know, right after he got done saying that, Snyder's like, you know, they have a 800 hotline for that.
Yeah, for real. He was ready to gamble, man. 3 straight shots in a row.
Gambling addiction.
Yeah, it was so funny. Wayne's like, all right, I bet he puts it in the circle. I bet he lands on the green. We're like, Wayne, you all right, bro? I'm just.
And obviously he couldn't against his son, right? So and then sure as shit, Cooley missed the green on that shot. So lost him the money.
Yep.
And he was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, I tried to bet him back. I was like, you want to bet me $2 this happens? And he goes, no. And then it happened. So he would have won his money back. But he said no. So, yeah, it was pretty funny. It was a good time. Having Wayne there for the simulator league is really cool as well on Friday nights. Older guy, and he just loves to rock out with us and have a good time. So it's been fun. Dave meeting all of our friends and family has been cool. So yeah, it's been great. Everyone, I think, feels comfortable around each other golfing, which is a wonderful thing. Yeah, you know, you get nervous. I get nervous even golfing around, like maybe a buddy that you bring me around that I don't know very well. I've met 1 or 2 times. I'll be a little more nervous, but these guys, you know, Smizer's now golfing with D West and this guy and that guy. So it makes it a little more comfortable for when the season comes around and we're actually out on the course. Cooley and Tristan will be very comfortable golfing with each other, as opposed to if they just met that day and like, Cooley, this is Tristan Cooley, like so.
No, but things like that, those kind of interactions, that's so good for the new golfers to experience that and get used to that, because you're going to be playing with different people all the time. There's not going to be a lot of times. There's not
you're not going to be fully comfortable.
The same people.
I agree. Especially
there are
traveling.
times, but dude, like there's times where you're going to have 1 or 2 people in that group with you that you don't know. And, you know, you're going to want to try and make yourself feel as comfortable as possible around there. So the faster you can do that, the better off you're going to be at golf. Because when you step up on that first tee, you're already fucking nervous as it is to hit that first tee shot, man. You want to hit that fairway. You don't want to lose a golf ball or top it or do anything stupid, right?
Right.
So, and then now you add another, you know, a new golfer to the mix. That's somebody you don't know. You're like, man, I feel like I have to impress this person. I don't want to swing out of my shoes and look dumb and whatever. Yep. I think doing that early on is so much better for like an amateur golfer, golfer, somebody new,
kind of throwing yourself in the fire a little bit.
It's like, and that's something I learned quick too, playing
You're right.
in school and playing young, starting off young like that. Man, when you play at different schools and you're versed in different people, you're always around, you know, new golfers and different golfers. Tournaments, you're seeing different swings, you're learning new things too. You're finding things out about the course and yourself with it. Right. And that's
a good point.
You might also learn a few things from other people too, like how they
warm up shots, or anything. Okay.
You know, what clubs they take, how they line up, the routes they take. You know, they might give you ideas and like things that you just might never even would have thought of just by playing with your same group of 3 other guys, you know, your same foursome.
When you played in high school,
you're just watching them hit the same shots. There's your buddy.
Right.
You could caddy for me because you know what I'm going to hit. You know the shots I hit.
Right.
After a while, it gets repetitive seeing it sometimes. Yeah. When you play with somebody new, whoa, you see a new swing. You see how they attack a pitch.
It's just crazy.
You see, okay, they're going to hit a lower shot or take more club here and take, you know, maybe just a sawed-off type of swing with it. So I think that's really good that they're doing that and that they're seeing that.
All right. Yeah, no, I appreciate that perspective. Honestly, that's a good way to look at it. And I think you're right. I think getting yourself out there and getting in an uncomfortable situation a little bit, you know, and having to step up and hit the shot will definitely make you better than not being in that situation,
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to come up, especially like if you travel or anything, you know, even if it's just outside of the local area and you try and go play somewhere as a twosome, you'll get paired with someone. We've been
Oh yeah,
paired
yep.
plenty of times.
Right, that's another instance. Yeah.
Definitely. So I do agree. You should definitely be comfortable with being uncomfortable, you know,
As much as you can,
as much as you can, obviously.
and still try to be yourself.
Right.
And don't try to like fake the golfer that you are.
Yeah. Don't
You
try
know?
and like put on some
Just
thing.
be yourself and be straight up.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I
honest.
agree. And it's funny because I've had to do that over the years, you know, traveling a lot and being a golfer and not being a good golfer. You know, playing as a single in Texas and stuff. Like, dude, I'm a joke of a golfer compared to like a lot of golfers, but I still have to step up to every tee and
Mhm.
know that it's, you know, back then it would slice or whatever would happen, and
Right.
and just go, okay, well, that's what I have to do. Sorry, three other guys I don't know, but this is the shot I'm playing. And then eventually I got better and more comfortable and joking with the guys, and they'd give me tips or something. So it is advantageous to do that, to golf with people that maybe
It
you
is
don't know.
for sure.
And definitely people of different swings. I mean, one of my favorite things about the golf league was seeing Dave swing the very first time. I was like, oh my God, he does a swing that I wish I could do almost, and he's so good at it. He's gotten really good at that swing, and it's cool to see that I know a guy like that can swing it like that, because almost everybody else I know has a normal pendulum swing. So to see somebody do something completely different, like you're saying, it just opened up a whole new, like, wow, I could do that. Like seeing the pros do it, it's a little different, but seeing a normal guy do that, like who's just like me, I'm like, okay, like if he can do it, okay, maybe I could do that too, you know, and maybe not that swing, but you know what I mean, any part of his game.
Right. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So it's been fun.
I think
playing with a lot of different golfers.
The biggest thing that I learned and that I can take away from playing with different people at a young age, or not even at a young age, but just early on, is like when you play with other people, sometimes you're going to want to speed up or change your routine of how you do things. You're not going to want to fall into your same habits sometimes because you feel like you might be too slow, or you might not like, you know, maybe they're going to judge you.
Right. Yeah.
Or something.
Tapping too much, Brian, or whatever it may be.
Whatever it may be.
Right.
And I learned, like, you got to just stick to your routine. And if it's two practice swings, do your 2 practice swings. If you're going to, you know, stand back, take a practice swing, pull up your glove, you know, check your toes, do whatever the fuck you're going to do.
Yeah.
Just stick with it is all I'm saying. Because sometimes I would get playing with new people and I would find myself like sometimes shortening up my routine just to
especially if they shorten theirs,
just to speed up and to feel like I'm like keeping up with pace of play.
Of
when
course.
It's like I don't need to worry about that right now. Nobody's telling me I'm slow. I'm already in my head about it.
You're telling yourself you're slow.
I think that's like one thing I took away from it, and you know, maybe somebody like who's listening to this right now can kind of relate and maybe, you know, take that.
Yeah, no, that's important, like you said, and especially if their pace of play is fast, you might feel that pressure. Like, man, they step up and they don't. Maybe they don't take a practice swing. They just kind of, you know, do an Andy or Matt Snyder, like, and then or
Flame just doesn't have a practice swing. He'll just swing and hit, and then you'll get to you and you'll feel like, oh shit, I don't know.
I should do 3 practice swings, maybe just 1, because 3 might be too much. He doesn't even do 1.
Yeah, and don't do that. You know, don't do that.
Yeah, no, I get it. Which it's so funny. We all do things like that. It's very funny. Putting routines, everything. There's a chance that I might shorten my putt routine if everybody else is doing it quicker, you know, that I don't know. It's very interesting. It is. So what else we got? That's the Golf Simulator League. You want to go into something else?
Yeah, it was perfect because we did play at Bay Hill, the simulator, because the week that we played that course, they were playing there on tour. So
Arnold Palmer.
We tried to, you know, relate to those, and what a tournament, what an ending. We had you guys know the club challenge that we do.
Yep.
Taking weekly golfers, try to pick a winner. It's funny because we had Tristan and Kyle.
Yeah.
Both make outstanding picks.
1 and 2
for that tournament, and man, Kyle taking Russell Henley and Tristan taking Colin Morikawa, and having those 2 guys come down to the wire like that.
It was so much fun.
Pretty fucking awesome, right?
It was very cool to watch. The club challenge picks between the 5 of us has been it's even more fun with 5. because there's so much chance of this happening
Yeah.
now. It's the second time this
It
has
is.
happened now. And it's only been like 8 tournaments. Kyle, you said took Russ, right?
Russell Henley, the
And
winner.
then Tristan took Colin, and Colin started the day, I think, with a 1 or 2 shot lead. He kept it pretty much until like hole 16, I think.
Well, what hole was it that Russell Henley chipped in for eagle?
That was 16,
That's
but he
the
was the
turning
group.
point, though. I think.
I think he was the group ahead. So I think Colin was still on 15 when Russ did that because Colin was in the last group.
But when Russell made that though, wasn't that for eagle to tie Colin?
That was to go 1 up.
Oh, that was to go 1 up.
That was to go 1 up.
Okay.
And then he just kept the lead. That was it. And then he just kept the lead. 1 up. Yeah, I think he parred out.
Just incredible, man.
Yeah.
I would have never picked Russell Henley.
I mean, dude, don't get me wrong. He's on the up and up. He's a great golfer. I think he could win 3 times this year. I really do. I think I really do. I think he's a great golfer.
Really?
Yeah,
More than Morikawa?
Yeah. Like the hot golfers right now, me,
clip that.
Are Captain Keegan. Colin's hot, but he's got to get one.
I mean, he's got to get one.
Sepp Straka is hot, and so is whoever we were just talking about.
Seppy Dog is on
Those
fire.
Are on fire.
Yeah.
Top 10s.
Ruthless.
Top 10s. They're killing it. The opposite side of the coin, Max Homa, and
JT this week.
Victor Hovland. He's got like 2 good rounds. Finau has like 2 good, tournaments maybe.
Where's Hideki been? Nowhere.
Hideki had a horrible round today. I watched him.
I know.
I watched him hit a 180-yard par 3 into the trees to the right. The par 3 we were sitting on the hill. Remember when we were just sitting there, me, you, and Blue, number 3 or 4?
Wasn't
it was on the front.
It was on the front because that was closer
3.
to the bathrooms that we stayed by.
Yep, right by there in the water. Yeah,
and
we sat on the station. Yep. So that par 3, he shot it into the trees across from us because we're on the left side of the green. That was on the right. Yeah, he shot it into the trees. Crazy. So, yeah, they haven't been playing too hot, but I think those guys who I just named, those 4, dude, they're hot. Sepp, Keegan, who were the other 2?
You said Sepp, Keegan.
Yeah.
Russell Henley.
And I forgot one more. But those guys are all hot, honestly. Colin, I believe, is the 4th. Yeah, they're all.
You can't ask me to.
Yeah, we're a little stoned. But seriously, those guys.
I was listening, though. Yeah. I was. It's not like I was listening. I swear I was. It's like doesn't stick with me.
But yeah, those guys are on the up and up, man. For real. Keegan too. Keegan's gonna win 1 or 2 this year. I'm sure of it. Keegan's gonna play himself into.
Me.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, well, yeah. Is it bugging you?
It's not too bad. Keegan's gonna play himself into the Ryder Cup. I'm calling it right now. He's gonna get an automatic bid, which means you got to be, I think, top 12 in the world golf rankings in the United States. I think it just takes the top 12 in order. So obviously it'd be like top 18 because some of those are international.
I'm still pissed. I don't know who you just named off as the 4th.
The 4th, it was Keegan, Sepp, Russ.
We got to get this, dude.
It might have been Colin. I think
it might have been.
I think it was Colin.
We'll say it's Colin.
Yeah, we'll say it's Colin.
Let us know if we fucked up.
Listen, and then I'll go, fuck, dude, I said Ludwig. No, I'm just kidding.
We didn't even say him.
No, I didn't. That's why I know it wasn't him. But, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I'm calling that Keegan Bradley playing and captaining the Ryder Cup team, which I think they said hasn't happened since 1970 something with it was either Jack or the other one. Arnie. One of them. They captained and played. And it made me question it because I was like,
Faldo never did.
Yeah, I was like, Tiger never did that?
I don't know. Nick Faldo never did?
Because it was such an interesting, I was like, it's been that long since someone captained and played for the U.S.
No way.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know if it's been that long, bro. I think that guy got that fact wrong, and I never fact checked.
That doesn't seem right.
Right?
Yeah, we'd have to look into that a little bit more because I feel like that's even Nick Faldo.
You talk about how you feel about it.
I mean, even Nick Faldo, right? I feel like is a name right there that you could throw out who might have done that. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly. That is a good point. But I think Bay Hill that week, I mean, last week it was playing tough. Dude, the first day the winds were fucking howling, bro. These guys couldn't keep the golf ball in play. But, it is one of those courses that will eat you up.
1963.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, Chat GPT.
Wow. Yeah, it is only Arnold Palmer. All right. Yep, at East Lake. Damn.
Crazy. 1963. So Keegan's watch.
Fascinating.
I'm calling it right now.
So
Calling
yeah.
it right now. History. Keegan's gonna be the next one. He's gonna play his so well, and it's not even just Keegan's gonna play so well. The guys who should be making the team, the JTs, the Homas, they're gonna slip out. It's not that just Keegan's gonna ball out and like he's just gonna be good enough, and everyone else is falling. It's like Scotty
You really
absorbed
think so?
everybody's power, bro. For real, it is.
Well,
Except
yeah,
for Xander.
He absorbed it, took it with him on his after, once he fucking fell apart there after his surgery.
Yeah,
Like he took it with him
He
and
did.
went on
And
a
then
little
he
break,
lost
and
it.
then he lost it. Yeah.
he took
That's funny.
everyone's power a year ago or 2 years ago, whenever he started his rampage, and ever since then, all the big names have not been consistently good, except maybe Rory. He's won 2 or 3
Yeah.
every year, But like other than that, Xander had the one good year last year. No one's sticking around.
No. No.
So Keegan, I think, will make the Ryder Cup, and I'm calling it right now. I think
like
he will.
that take.
I think he will play, and I think he'll be the captain. Yeah, and that would be awesome. I'm very excited for. I'm rooting for him more now than I've ever rooted for Keegan Bradley. Honestly, like being the
Do you
captain.
feel bad for him? Is that why a little bit?
Yeah,
Is it-
because they shafted him, dude. I love Justin Thomas. He did not deserve to be on the team because he didn't play well that year.
Yeah, but
It's every other year.
yeah,
You got to earn it that year.
yeah.
If it wasn't that often, I'd go, yeah, he's the Messi. Bring him back, baby. But it's every other year. You got 2 more years, Justin Thomas. You're 30 years old. You'll be 32 at the next one.
And from what I can remember, JT didn't play great.
Yeah, he played okay. But he didn't play great. It just Brian Harmon and all those other guys suck so bad that it made JT look like, oh, okay, he's doing.
I don't know
okay.
about the Brian Harmon pick,
Dude. That one. I was like, come on,
that's a question mark.
He won a U.S. Open, and everyone just started. And I'm like, relax, guys.
Really slopping on that thing.
That's about it. For real. Nobody's taking his driving statistics. Come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, shout out to Brian Harmon. He's a dog, but he ain't that much of a dog.
Right.
Not to me.
So yeah, shout out to Russell Heinley for winning that last week.
Big dub.
Colin Morikawa, you tried your best, but just couldn't get it done.
That's gotta hurt, bro.
It sucks. The tweet afterwards too. I think you made that little tweet afterwards on X, I should say.
Actually, I have a question for you. Did you see what Homa tweeted or whatever a couple weeks back about being like, man, social media has got me down and you guys are beating me up? And
no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he said like, I'm gonna step away from social media for a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and people were just dogging him. They're like, dude, I think he said like people are too mean on social media, and everyone's like, bro, you got famous because of social media.
Yeah,
like, you're a good golfer, but that's not. You got famous because you're interactive on Twitter. You're funny.
Yeah, the YouTube videos.
Videos
with all the guys that he's been.
Yeah. And they're like, you can't dog us just because we're dogging you for sucking when we were the same guy sucking you off when you were doing good.
Yeah.
We're just telling it how it is.
Yeah, that's.
And he's being, I get both sides. I get him being like, hey guys, don't beat me up. I get it. But also, those are the same guys who, when you're playing well, are going to root you on. They're just giving you a hard time. And of course, criticism sucks. But like, you're a fucking pro golfer, dude. Either that or delete the app, in my opinion.
And he's not fucking playing
and
good this week at the Players, and
he's second worst.
The Players going on this week, and the dude's plus 10. It seems like I swear.
Him and Victor Hovland are the worst and the second worst golfers right now.
It's pretty bad to see, but
we're rooting for him to turn it around.
Hopefully, he turns it around, gets it back together because I do like watching him, play golf. He's fun to watch on TV. So. Yeah. Get it together, Max Homa.
Yeah, get it together. But also don't be a little bitch. Both things. Get it together and grow up. You'll be fine. It's just it's words, bro, on the internet. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
No one's coming to your house, hopefully.
And then Players Championship going on this week. I think we talk a little bit about that, huh?
Yeah, a year ago today we were flying out, fucking landing in Jacksonville, getting ready to go watch ourselves. It's a good tournament. It looks gorgeous out there. It was playing pretty hard earlier. Jordan Spieth's scorecard looked fucking insane.
Yeah, what do you have?
2 eagles, 2 doubles. 3 bogeys,
It-
4 birdies,
Yeah, like,
something crazy.
Square, double circle, square, double circle, circle, par,
Double
par.
square.
Yeah, like it was this. But
He's
J-
2 under. Or
he's
something.
doing great. But then if you look at JT's fucking scorecard,
Yeah,
I mean, it's all
squares.
squares. So
Yeah.
I'd rather have some of those circles and double circles on there.
Yeah, I agree. I would rather have some of the little erratic, like circle, double circle, square. But the course is playing pretty hard. I think the leader was 6 under, Lucas Glover. No gloves. What a crazy man.
I don't know how
My
you
hands
do
are
that.
way too sweaty. For me, I thought about this recently. I'm like, could I play with no gloves?
I don't like it.
There's no way I can play with no. My hands get way too sweaty for me to play with no gloves. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Either.
I've just been playing with the glove for so long, dude. You hold a golf club with no glove on. It feels just so weird. Dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, I know.
It
is.
I don't know. And then I feel like the club's gonna just slide out of my hand when I swing it full throttle.
I agree.
I need to have something.
Yeah,
like kind
gripping
of
it up. But the players, JT went in the water twice on 17 and 18.
That hurt.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, Scotty's the favorite. I think our pick'ems this week. Well, actually, I can give you guys an update on the standings, so I don't really need to look.
Well,
Nick is in the lead. So
what's the shout out the points and then do all that jazz.
All right, let's see what we got. So
and then they had the Creator Classic yesterday at the players there, and man,
what's his name one, right? The guy with the smile. Grant Horvat.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Of course he did. It's Grant.
Yeah.
He kills the competition. He's a pro basically, dude.
Yeah, didn't he shoot like 1 over or something?
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Is that
such a
handicap,
dude.
Or
they play straight up.
They play straight up.
I'm almost positive they play straight up because if you look at Trent Ryan,
like 20 something, right?
27 plus 27, I think.
I wonder what tees they played from. Do you happen to know or no?
That's a good question.
Okay.
I don't know.
So standings update. First place, Nicholas with 8 points. Second place, T2 is myself and Steven Snyder. No, myself and Kyle. Oh,
Kyle got that win.
Kyle got the dub last week.
He got 3 points off that.
We have 4. We're tied at 4, and then Steve has 3, and Tristan has 2. So 8 weeks in, 9 weeks in, we're finally all positive, which is great because Tristan got those 2 from Colin Morikawa. And we all need Nick to just keep sucking.
And I have a 4-point lead.
Yeah, 4-point lead.
I need that because this week's not looking great.
JT looks like he's definitely getting you -1. Let's knock on wood.
No, it's not. Minus that. Clean that off.
Minus that, knock on wood. And then we'll see how it goes because my pick is Wyndham Clark. And I'm a fan. I don't know. There's something about him that I don't like. I don't know what it is yet. I don't know.
I thought he was a great pick this week.
But as far as a golfer, I think he's a wonderful golfer, and I'm sure he's a great guy as well. But there's something, I don't know, something about him I don't like. But I did pick him, and he's been playing pretty good lately. And he had that crazy finish last year where he lipped out on 18 and Scotty won, and it looked good 99.9% of the way. For real. So I'm rooting for him. I really just needed some points, so I kind of wanted to get like a kind of a safer pick.
So I thought JT was going to be good.
And I thought, I think I told you it was either between Wyndham or JT.
You should have went with JT.
And I asked Josh, and Josh said Wyndham, so I went with Wyndham. I said, Josh, JT or Wyndham? He said, who's playing better lately? I said Wyndham. He said, all right, take him.
Damn. So you got Wyndham. I have JT.
Yeah, who else
picked,
you got?
Steve
Did I already update it? Oh, Steve got.
Who did Steve pick? I don't know.
Tommy
Fleetwood.
Yep.
Someone has
Hideki is Tristan, and he's right there with you.
Tristan.
Hideki was 5 over through he shot a 41 on the front. Hideki did.
What did he finish? Do you know?
I don't know, but
that's bad.
probably.
What did Kyle have?
And Kyle Ludwig.
I didn't see his name at all.
I think he was even or 1 over, 1 under. He wasn't doing bad, really bad or really good. He was doing all right. That guy's a machine, dude. Shout out to Ludwig Aubert. I think he could rattle off a 6-win season one of these next couple seasons, but we'll see. I think he is so talented. It's insane. Honestly, I really do.
Yeah.
And I love his pace of play. I really. They're talking about.
It's quick.
I don't know if you saw. They're talking about publishing pace of play statistics after every tournament. Jay Monahan had mentioned that.
Oh, great.
Which would be great because then you can just fucking see who's slow.
Yeah.
And that's
And
it.
then
They're just publishing it.
Well, yeah, and then they can just make a smaller field for golfers, just less players, right?
Well, they're doing that, which isn't very great. I'm not a fan of that.
That's so fucking stupid.
But at least publishing the pace of play will hopefully hurry those golfers up because they'll go, oh, my name's on this list that all these people are seeing now, and I keep getting last.
Yeah.
You know, of
True.
like I'm averaging 48 seconds and everyone else is averaging 29 seconds. So then you go, okay, we're gonna follow Aaron Rye a lot closer now.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think he's the issue.
no, but you know
yeah,
what I mean.
know. Yeah. Just using him as an example, but
And it's like a public shame model. You know what I mean? We're just gonna publicly shame you. We're not gonna like reprimand you. We're not gonna give you a fine. We're not gonna stroke penalty. But we're gonna put the info out there, and everyone else can berate you about it.
Yeah.
And it's we'll see. We'll see what they do. Maybe they won't do it. Maybe they will. The golfers won't like it. I'll tell you that. Right.
Well,
The slow ones.
A lot of them will love it.
A lot of them will. But the slow ones are going to be like, this is why the fuck you got to publish this. And we never published this before. And I don't know.
Yeah,
but
whatever.
it'll be interesting.
Fuck them. Well, we went golfing anyways.
Yeah.
Got our first round outside.
Yes, we did. Yes,
that
we
was a good
did.
time.
You fucking got a birdie. This guy over here. Par 3.
Almost a hole in one, guys. Almost started the season off with a hole in one.
Yeah, that would have been
2.5 foot for a bird on a par 3 over the bunker too.
Easy.
Little
So
draw
easy.
into the wind. Little 9-iron.
Actually, you did draw it.
Caught it slightly thin too. I told Cody afterwards. I said, "Man, that's gonna have a lot of spin though."
Yeah, yeah, and it did. It was so nice. He hit such a beautiful 9-iron, and it drew in. And I forgot about that part. And now to think about it, his ball was 2 feet to the right, which means if it would have drew just a little bit more, maybe been a little bit drier. You know, it's first round of the year. That might have been bouncing towards the hole. It was drawing that way.
It was just right at it, man.
So, yeah, and it was pin high. And I mean fucking pin high. Literally, perpendicular to the fucking hole. It was
honestly
awesome.
One of my better iron shots in a while, even after last year.
Yeah, it was great.
The 9-iron has been one of my struggle clubs, and to be able to hit that first round of the season, that's
cold
pretty
round.
fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, it was great. Honestly, and I followed it up with an awesome pitching wedge and got it just over the bunker. And I didn't get to sink my birdie putt. I left it like 4 inches short, but it was a beautiful shot too.
Followed right up with a spectacular shot.
Yeah, it was great.
Was going in.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were beautiful to see. We couldn't see the finish obviously because the way the hole is constructed. The bunker's right out front on hole 7.
Hole 7
West Fellows. But it was cool. I shot a 50. But honestly, that no bullshit, that 50 felt like a 46. Like for real.
Yeah.
Like I think I lost 1 or 2 balls. I had a couple miss hits, like a couple miss chips, but like for the most part, my ball striking was fine. Like drives were okay. 3-wood was fine. My wedges were good. Putts were probably one of the worst parts of my game, but
it's fluffy greens and they were soaking wet, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
so I wasn't too worried about
row
that.
a boat through a couple of those greens.
Yeah, you could. So I wasn't too mad, and honestly, I was pretty happy with my game. I honestly really was, and it's got me pretty excited to keep playing out there. So, what about you?
Yeah, I was just happy to get out. I think I found something with my driver.
Yes, and I want to try that. I saw that today. I saw who was it? I saw somebody hitting a driver, and right before they went to go hit, they kind of angled up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they showed the angle. They showed the camera from front on, and God, it looked like a beautiful swing. And I was like, you know what? I gotta implement that. I gotta do that little.
It's fun. Yeah, it's one of those things it's just a simple little trick. And so for me, it's not changing my swing drastically. It's just a setup, right? So I'm gonna try that. It's something that I'm gonna try. And I've always been a golfer who hits down on every club, including like my driver. It's not a real, like, I'm not swinging up on the driver at all, really. And so I've been trying this over the winter league there on your simulator. Is just trying to, when I address the ball, raise my left shoulder up and keep it kind of pointed to the sky, just a tad.
Yep.
To me, it feels like I'm doing it a lot, but it's not. When I actually took a video of it when we went and played on the 9th hole, the last hole there, I took a video, and I'm watching it back, and for me, it feels like I really exaggerate it, but in the video, you can hardly even tell.
Yeah.
So it's so funny that it actually did. my ball before Cody knows, I kind of had a slight fade with my driver. It was fading a lot of the times. I wasn't getting the draw really. It was staying a little lower, and just kind of rising.
Yeah, it would do
into
that
the
rise
wind.
drive.
And
Yeah.
now it's actually getting up. It's flying up quicker, and I'm actually getting a draw with it, which is fucking. That's how I want to be hitting it. And I hit three just beautiful drives when we were out there, and it was so wet that the ball's just planted and stuck in the fairway. But even on, I think I did have like 1 or 2 miss hits, but they still were not bad. One went into the fairway, 225. I kind of popped it up. The other one, just a little pull left. But to have my miss hit being left again, that's where I want it to be, because that's what it used to.
That's what it used to be before.
Last year, middle to end of last year, the miss was right, and I was not liking that. I couldn't figure it out. So to be able to find that, it was fun. I ended up shooting a 40 that day with a double bogey on hole 8, so that sucked. I should have been 40.
Dude, that hole,
it's a different hole. It's weird how it did used to go to the right. They changed it, moved it to the left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, now that I know I've played that hole, I would take iron off the tee just like we did too. And I'd play that hole a little bit differently because I also took a double.
I usually would just hit 3-wood, but I wanted to.
Yeah. I hit 3-wood and I fucking. It just wasn't my best shot.
But it was fun. We got out there with your 2 coworkers.
Yep, both Justins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Justin Forgaze and Justin Hoff.
Yep.
And great. I think they played pretty good too. Justin Forgaze, man, his tee game was just spectacular.
Oh yeah,
and
dude, he's pounding it. Yeah, his putting
made
was
every
great.
fucking putt. It felt like that he had to make for bogey and whatnot. Like, dude. And they were no like gimme putts. They were 10, 13, 20 footers, bro. Like, bro, this guy's sinking them.
His putting was great.
No problem.
Hoff was playing great. He either had a 4 or 6 on every hole, he said, and he really did. Like,
I heard him say
think
that.
except for one. And he had great tee shots, was hitting good approach shots. I think he got fucked on 1 or 2 where you told him like pull it out a little bit, and he decided to hit it, and it just shot into the trees or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, after he got done hitting, I'm like, dude, you should have just pulled it away from the tree so you actually could swing. It's like we're
right. First round of the year, it's freezing, like not freezing cold, but a little chilly, and let's take it easy on ourselves and just try and get some good swings. We don't have to play like it's the middle of the season, but it was fun.
It was windy. That was the bad part, but the sun was shining, so I mean, it felt like 50. 56, I think it was. I was saying 56, 57 out there, which wasn't too bad. Just the wind picked up and whatnot, it felt a little brisky.
Oh yeah, brisk. The last 2 holes it got chilly. Like as soon as Justin lost his jacket, I got cold.
Yeah, he did lose his jacket. What a chew.
But he ended up getting it back.
Fucking chew.
Yeah, he went and got it the next day. They had it, so that worked out. But all right, what else we got?
I think that's it. That's everything. That's everything on that little note list there. I think I'm going to start doing that and bringing a pen down too, because if I think of something while we're, I can kind of write it there. Side note. For you, I'll just kind of throw it there in the middle.
Right.
You guys need to have this EP
podcast. Yep. It's very.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Only 2 years in, I'm learning.
I don't know if you saw these sexy ass chairs Nick got, dude. Look at these, man.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
I feel like I'm at a strip club. That's how awesome.
Kind of like a movie theater almost look.
Yeah, I like it.
The wide.
I feel like the Godfather.
Yeah, it's a new look. So
I do like it.
Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this podcast. I think that's about it. You good?
Yeah, I'm fine. Well, we're gonna get back to doing them more regularly, or at least trying our best. Even if that means I have to come back on Thursdays again, just to make sure like we're doing it. Then that's what we'll have to do.
Yeah, I mean I like doing it over the phone, like through the.
Me too.
It's easy.
It's so.
We just had a problem with it the last 2 times, so we're gonna have to figure that out.
We'll just keep doing a couple trials and see if we can get it working.
It's got to be something with just like a refreshing the app or something.
Yeah, downloading a new version or something.
Updating it.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll get that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode, this 3 Pars and a Birdie podcast. Thank you guys for listening again. Don't forget to subscribe down below, like, comment, and do all that. And don't forget to use your 1 time.
Yeah, and what's our new one? I think I found something.
I'm back.
I'm back, and I think I found something. We're going to trademark so much shit, dude. It's awesome. All right, we love you guys. Thank you so much.